It is official. 4 becomes 3 in terms of Premiership managerial vacancies. Stuart Kettlewell is back in business and he has been appointed the new Kilmarnock manager. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Made a video last night saying he was set to be appointed, and today he has officially been appointed. So pretty much just confirming what we already knew. But now it is official, and Stuart Kettlewell will be the manager for the upcoming holy shit, I'm a year behind. 2025-2026 season. By God, is time flying? But will Stuart Kettlewell, will he be flying high this season with Kilmarnock? You know, this appointment I've seen come with some negativity from KILLIE fans. I've seen some Motherwell fans throw shade at Stuart Kettlewell and say that they are glad that he's no longer at the club and that KILLIE don't really know what they're getting in store. He was poor at Motherwell and all this, but I think with a 40+% win ratio, that is pretty good at Motherwell, and that is what he had. He also had a decent win percentage at Ross County. I'm not going to sit here and say Stuart Kettlewell is the greatest thing of all time. Do I think he's the greatest manager? No. Do I think Kilmarnock could have got a better manager? Yes, but I'm not convinced this is going to be a disaster of an appointment, and I think that he's a decent candidate, and I think that he could be a decent appointment. I mean, I could understand if Kilmarnock fans are feeling a little bit disappointed. You know, they've went from, in recent years, Steve Clarke, who, I mean, we all know what Steve Clarke can do, Derek McInnes, who had success at Aberdeen and is, you know, viewed as a pretty good manager in Scotland, and now Stuart Kettlewell. So look, does it feel like Kilmarnock have maybe went for the cheap option? Yes. Could they have got a better, more experienced manager, a better name, with a better track record? I mean, yes, they could have, but I don't think it's the worst appointment, and I guess time will tell. But the Kilmarnock board, they did release a statement on their website, and it says the following: Kilmarnock Football Club is delighted to confirm the appointment of Stuart Kettlewell as the club's new first-team manager. Stuart joins the club with immediate effect on a 2-year deal and will take charge of all first-team matters as we prepare for the upcoming season. With a wealth of experience in Scottish football, both as a player and manager, Stuart brings strong leadership and a clear footballing philosophy to Rugby Park, guiding Motherwell to Hampden last season and sitting top 6 all season until he departed. Stuart has a clear pedigree at this level. Stuart gave numerous academy graduates their first team debuts as both Ross County and Motherwell manager, and as a manager gave the most minutes to under 21 players in the Scottish Premiership this season before he departed Motherwell. A statement from Kilmarnock FC Board of Directors reads, quote, "The club conducted a thorough recruitment process where we were looking for a candidate who has a track record in recruiting and developing players, including young talent, and has a strong understanding of Scottish football. We identified Stuart as the best candidate to lead Kilmarnock into an exciting new chapter. Stuart's experiences paired with the above fits our vision and desires for the future of Kilmarnock." End of quote. Preparations for pre-season are already underway, and Stuart will begin working closely with the playing squad and staff. Stuart will be assisted by Stephen Frail, Chris Burke and Craig Clark will complete the coaching staff. We are sure that fans will join us in welcoming Stuart and Stephen to Kilmarnock and look forward to the journey ahead under his guidance, with Rory McKenzie's testimonial match and the League Cup stages due to commence in July. So that is what the statement from Kilmarnock FC reads on their website. I think we're yet to hear anything from Stuart Kettlewell. He's not, I believe, as of right now, done a press conference or anything like that, so he's not spoken on the appointment. But, you know, I'm sure, no disrespect to the guy, it'll probably just be the generic bullshit that he's happy to be here and he's looking forward to being at such a great club like KILLIE, blah, blah, blah. You've listened to one and you've probably listened to them all, to be honest. So that's what we expect him to say. But I think Stuart Kettlewell's landed on his feet here. the guy was doing an okay job at Motherwell. He did leave when they were in the top six, and he did well to get them there, and he built like a decent lead over some of the teams behind him. But there is no mistake about it. When he left Motherwell, they were kind of in free fall, and had he stayed, we don't know how bad it would have got. We don't know if he would have turned things around. Maybe he would have, maybe he wouldn't have. But, I think considering he left Motherwell, for him to come back in to another job at a similar level, if not slightly higher in terms of Kilmarnock, I think this guy has, as they say, he's fallen into a pile of shite and he's come out smelling the roses. I think he's done a good job for himself. So he'll have another opportunity to get things right. We don't know what kind of budget KILLIE are going to have, but they did put a lot of emphasis on Kettlewell and his preference to play younger players and youth squad players. So maybe that's something that KILLIE are looking to bring through at Kilmarnock. And they do have some good young players at Kilmarnock as well. So maybe they think Stuart Kettlewell will be good and he'll get the most out of those players. So we have to wait and see. I still think this is going to be a good appointment. In terms of where I think they'll finish, I believe I said last night, probably about 8th, and I'm not going to change my mind on that until maybe we see the transfer window, and maybe we'll see how they go on in the League Cup, and I might change my opinion based on the League Cup and some friendlies. But as for right now, I expect Kettlewell to do a decent job at Kilmarnock. I don't think he'll be exceptional, but at the same time, I don't think he'll take them down or be in a relegation battle. So, and that's probably where Kilmarnock kind of are. They're not really a team you expect to be in the European places, and they're not a team that you really expect to be getting relegated. They're kind of just in that no man's land. They're like, I kind of view Kilmarnock as one of those teams that are in the bottom six split with nothing to play for. They're not good enough to get into the top six, but they're not bad enough to be in the bottom six and threatened with relegation. Albeit this season, you could argue maybe they had that outside shot of going down. But look, we'll have to wait and see. Stuart Kettlewell, guys, the brand new manager of Kilmarnock. Let me know down below, what's your predictions? Do you think this is going to be a good appointment? Do you think he's going to do a good job? Do you think he's going to have a good upcoming season? Or do you think that Kilmarnock should have did more? Should they have spent more? Could they have got somebody else? Out of the candidates that were rumoured, is he the best option? John Carver was spoken about. You had Stephen Naismith getting talked about. Tony Docherty, who used to be the assistant manager at Kilmarnock, recently been fired by Dundee. He was another guy that was talked about in there. So let me know, out of those potential managers, do you think Kettlewell is the best option? And that leaves 3 clubs now looking for a first team manager / coach heading into the season. Rangers, Dundee and Motherwell. And of course, don't forget Partick Thistle, another big job in the Championship. So I expect lots of managerial movements still to happen over the next few weeks and maybe even months. So anyway, guys, that's it. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to start using the social media pages more as well. So if you're not following us on Instagram and Twitter, then please go and do so. I'll make a post on the community section of the YouTube page, and I will give both the links for Instagram and Twitter. We're going to be posting like more updates and stuff, like football and news, maybe things that aren't video worthy. We'll maybe just make posts instead, and potentially polls and stuff, and interact and all that good crap. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're following us on those accounts, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Also, League Cup draw, I believe, is taking place on Wednesday, so looking forward to that. See who gets who. Obviously, we've got some interesting teams in there. Hearts will be in that. You've got St Mirren as well, since they didn't qualify for Europe. They will be in the draw as well. You've got Kilmarnock with our new boss, Stuart Kettlewell, in there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. And East Kilbride, they should be in it as well, since they just won promotion to the top flight. So looking forward to see how that League Cup draw goes. Anyway, guys, that's it. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Been Son of Scotland 90 here on the Fog Football channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Till then, though, peace.